I'm here for you. Any questions? Maybe see if I've got any questions online. Has anybody asked me any questions? Okay. Any questions, anybody? I understand quite a lot of nutrition, calories, and energy out, hormones, exercise. I get it. I've just tried and tested so much and I'm still struggling. Definitely need more information and help. Jenny, definitely, like, if you want to have a chat, like, we can chat offline. You don't have to chat in the group. Everything we do is bespoke. It's individually tailored. I was chatting to somebody earlier on the call on this live tonight, and, you know, yeah, we individually tailor everything to you. It sounds interesting. I'd be intrigued to see what you've tried and tested and why you're still struggling. If you want to chat, then I'm here now. It'd be great to open up to the audience if you want to have a chat, and that would be great. Joanne, yes, makes sense. Yeah, Joanne, you hear Joanne? Joanne's actually done the program as well, and I think she was actually on one of the pictures as well. Hi, Joe.
Hiya, you right? How you doing?
Brilliant, excellent. How much weight did you lose on the plan, Joanne?
God, loads. I can't even remember.
42 pounds or something?
I'm still losing weight now.
Wow.
I can't, what have I lost? I can't even remember. I was 12 stone 4 when I started, and I think I'm down to like 9.5 now.
Wow. And Joanne, you've been off the program for how long?
Since October, November last year.
Brilliant. And you're still getting results. Amazing.
Still getting results. But I'm just worried. I'm stressing now because I'm going on holiday next week. I'm sort of thinking, right.
don't. So, like, just to clarify, you've not had to count calories, you've not had to count points. No. Like, how did you do it then?
Do you know what? It's the most easiest thing I've ever done in my life. I've done all the yo-yo diets and the cider vinegar and Slimming World, Weight Watchers, counting calories, and just 5 simple steps a day. And don't mix everything. You know, like, if you're feeling hungry, eat a bit of chicken or a bit of fruit. You know, don't have this with that and that. You know, like you say, because it's another eating point. It's just simple, and because I'm so busy, it just made it so much easier. When obviously I spoke to you about stuff, you've obviously told me what I needed to do, and obviously advised me on stuff and given me my nutritional value of what this means and what that means. And you know what I found, what I was doing, a lot of it was buying like something out of Asda's, chucking it in the oven, but it's all the other stuff that goes in with it, like all the what they call
additives, preservatives, all that.
Now I just, like, of an evening, just cook everything from scratch, and it's just worked. It's really worked, and it's just shredded wheat in the morning, a bit of fruit as a little mid-morning snack, a bit of chicken, another little bit of maybe some nuts or something like that, and then my dinner of an evening. And then if I still feel hungry later, I'll have a bit of fruit, and that's it.
Awesome. You know, it's interesting because I've been talking to quite a few clients recently, Joe, right, about like portion control, and, you know, another one really I've been thinking about quite a lot recently is that, like, I want to get people out the habit of thinking about meals being meals like breakfast, lunch and dinner and snacking. Like, I don't have any of them. I just eat little and often. So, like, and I eat when I'm hungry, and I eat the portions that I'm feeling like I need, you know. So I've actually had 2, like, what you would call traditional dinners today. Like, I had beef stroganoff at 6 o'clock, and then I had a little bit, but they were both small portions, and you know, I just split it up rather than having like a big massive meal. And then
I was finding, if I was like, say, because obviously where I'm busy, if I hadn't planned a meal out, like, this was what I would always do. You know, I'd run over to the shop and get a sandwich, but split it, have it over two eating points. Don't eat a whole sandwich as one eating point. Like, things like that I never even knew. You know, I was eating like whole sandwich, and then I'm like, oh, I'll have a bit of fruit or a packet of crisps or something like that. But obviously, since I stumbled across you, it's totally different. Now I'd split that up over two eating points. So I'd have it at 12, and then maybe at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, if I was a little bit peckish, I'd have the other one, and that's it.
I think it's a complete mindset shift from like, you know, what most people are promoting out there. And, like, you know, I was putting together this presentation I was going to do inside the coaching hub, about portion control, and I've been really thinking, because what most people do is like, you know, it's all generic, like this is what the plate should look like and all this, you know, and everybody's different, Joe. Like everybody is, and that's why I prefer to work with people one-to-one, because it's much easier rather than in a group. It's like, you know, because everybody's different. Everybody wants to eat different foods, and I think that's what makes it unique. It's more, this is about what you want to eat. You basically ate what you want and got results.
Oh, definitely. So easy. Such an easy thing to do. Brilliant. But Dan, I'm stressing now. I'm stressing about next week. I'm thinking it's a lot of it's going to be a lot of parks and walking and stuff like that. I've got a gym, obviously, within like our self-catering apartment where we're staying. We've got like a gym and that there, but I'm sort of thinking, what do? Just take a bit of fruit in my bag? I don't want to be like one of these fat Americans, you know, no offense, but
you know, I would say, like, see, for going on holidays, like I just been to Portugal and actually lost a pound when I came back, because I was walking every day and I was swimming every day. And it's a case of when, like, you're going out for meals, like, you know, see, for me, I just have a main course. Like, I don't need a loaf of bread before my dinner. It's like I'm getting a big fish. It's like that side. It's like, you know, I don't need a loaf of bread beforehand or a starters or like, and I'll just graze throughout the day. I'll just eat fruit and vegetables. And like, if I want bread, I'll have bread in the morning time. Like, I tend to have my bread. I'd maybe have a slice of toast in the morning and like maybe have a slice in the afternoon. But I don't need it with my dinner. I don't need more bread at night. It's like, you know, it's about dialing in your portions so that you can adjust what you've already had. And like we went out every night for a meal. I had sangrias and but I didn't overdo it. Like, I wasn't going for like people go on holidays and like they go on these diets and they starve themselves, and then all of a sudden like they go crazy and they're like, they've got to have 3-course meals, and you know, you don't have to do that, because listen, see, when you eat a 3-course meal, how do you feel?
Oh, you just feel bloated. There's no point.
You feel terrible.
Can't move.
That's it. So you don't even enjoy it. You know.
No.
Now, I'm not saying I had a dessert one night when I was on my holiday, and I enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed it even more because, and it was an a la carte restaurant, and it was like, I'm like, is that it, really? Brilliant, Joe. Appreciate your feedback. How's it going, Jerry? I see you in there, Jerry. How are you going with the programme?
Well, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, good. I've got the technology going, and that's okay. I'm not a tech whiz. Yeah, the programme, I've been on it since September, and I've lost about 3 stone now. Before, I was a really fit guy, as you know. I used to do everything from jumping out of airplanes, martial arts, 30 years, and then I had a couple of knee injuries, and I put on 10 stone in 2 years, which is a heck of a lot. But the thing about that is, I started doing all these Slimming Worlds, all the yo-yo diets, and it starts for the first week or two, then you come to a stop. And then after that, you're thinking, oh, God, what's happening here? And I just gave up, basically, until I stumbled across you, and you started motivating me to go out and do things. I wouldn't walk 300 meters. And now I've been doing walks, as you know, 15 Ks and stuff like that. And the eating plan is so simple. You can have anything in moderation. That's the key word, moderation. And I have a tea plate now for my meals. You know, and people think a tea plate, but you get all your nutrition you want on there. And like you say with the sandwiches or toast, I was one for having 2 or 3 slices of toast in the morning. Now, I very rarely have toast. I have porridge. But rolled oats, not the supermarket brands with all the added sugars, the clear stuff. But a couple of days ago, I had a slice of toast, and about 3 hours later, I had another slice of toast. So that was 2 meal points, whereas before that wouldn't even been a 1 meal point. But you've got to listen to what you're told. If you don't listen to what you're told, you're not going to achieve it. Like you said, you're going to get exactly what you've got all the other time before. Do as you're told, and it's easy. Yeah, it can be hard at times because you have these cravings, and you've seen me. Sometimes I've slipped a bit, and I think, oh, I wanted that, and you say, "Did you really want that?" And I said, "Yes, I did." But I got back on track the very next meal and the very next day, and kept on going on track. And as I said, I'm in it for the long run now. You know, it's not a marathon. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon, so to speak. So anybody who's doubting about doing it, give it a try. You've got nothing else to lose. And if you cheat on your logbook, the only person you're cheating on is yourself. You can only give the advice. If you listen to it, you're going to succeed. If you don't, you're not going to. And I've lost, what, about 8, nearly 9 inches off my belly now. I know I've got a fair bit more to go. I want to lose at least another 2 stone. Yeah, but 8 or 9 inches. I've gone from a 50-inch waist to a 42 at the moment. My aim is to get down to 40 or 38. So I'm nearly there. It's not hard. It's just common sense.
Jerry, you're on fire, mate. You're doing great. Now we're going to be jumping in live. We're going to be doing a live interview with Jerry in a few weeks' time. So, Jerry, you'll get all the time in the world to talk about how amazing you are.
I don't think my wife would agree with you.
No, listen, Jerry, keep doing the good work. You're right. Consistency is the key to success, and this isn't a complicated plan. We hold you to account every day. It's personally, individually tailored for you. You don't eat the same as it. And you mentioned the long run, and I'm going to jump in, and hopefully Liz is in here tonight as well. And Liz is she was one of the pictures on the page tonight, and she transformed in 2014 and has managed to sustain that for the long term. Here she's here, so I'm gonna let Liz jump in and say a few words if that's all right, Jerry.
Yeah, that's fine. Brilliant.
Excellent, man. I'll speak to you soon.
Yeah, I'm just saying, totally agree 100%, Jerry. If you do not fill your diary, and you're really cheating yourself, so you end up, it's not worth it. Just do it, and you've been told. Fill in your diary. Stick to what Dan's told you. And the only thing you're going to lose is weight, which is what we're all here for. Completely 100% backing you, whatever you've said there. And Dan's mentioned, I've been with Dan since 2014, January 2014. I lost £70, over £70, purely by doing everything he asked me to do. And I think my problem at the time was I'd got so big, and then when I started working with Dan, I thought the way around was, cut back on the eating, you've not to eat. In fact, I think I mentioned this the other day, Dan. I hadn't been eating enough, and I couldn't believe I had to eat the correct things at the right times, don't overdo it, just eat sensibly, and the weight fell off. And I had loads of friends asking me how the hell I did it, and I said, that, believe it or not, eat the proper food, and there was nothing fancy. Everything was bought from the supermarket. And as Dan's always said, if it comes from the sea, from the farm, from the tree, you can put it in your gob. That's fine. So, just backing up everything that you've said there.
I think you've completely backed it up, Liz, in terms of what's the number one driver and the biggest needle mover is nutrition, is what you eat. And it's not how many calories, how many points, how many sins, you don't starve, but it's actually what and when you eat. So what we do over here is we actually look at what you eat. It's personally, individually tailored. Liz and Jerry eat completely different diets. They're not on the same diet plan, but they do follow a system, a process that gets them results. They're eating little and often, and you're right, tracking your nutrition is if you're not writing down your food, you'll gain weight. And I've gained weight when I don't write down my food. And I've been on my plan myself personally for 100 days now, and I've dropped 8 kilos, let myself slip a little bit in the pandemic. I've lost 8 kilos and 6% body fat. I've not done any extreme exercise. I've actually done half an hour of activity every day, and that's been mainly swimming, a little bit of cycling and walking. That's all I've done. I've not done any gym. I've not done any triathlons, nothing crazy. I've lost the fat simply by dialing in my nutrition 100%. And of course, I want to do a bit of exercise because I want to feel better. I want to feel fitter. I want to feel healthier. 100%. I think that's spot on. I'm just going to see if there's any other questions up to you. Thanks for that, Liz. I appreciate it. And I think, again, going back to the long term, Liz, as well, though, I think it's been able to sustain it for the long term. Once you manage your weight, that's why we're called Momentum NRG weight management. This is something you've got to do for life. You've got to maintain your nutrition, your consistency, your health. How important is your health?
And I must say, Dan, it is It's now a lifestyle. You don't even think about it. And I've never counted calories. I never ever believed in that. I don't think I've done any stupid wee diet things. I've just followed what you said to me. And it's worked. And I'm still here 10 years on. Even after all my injuries and my full knee replacement, that set me back a wee bit. But you know what? Just got back on it again 3 weeks after my operation. And that's how I came through the operation so quickly, because I'd listened to what you said.
Jenny, you've got your work cut out. You've only just started, mate.
I'm sure Jerry will do well.
Brilliant, awesome. Gail, you've mentioned. Are you still here, Gail? Are you? I don't know if Gail's gone. Oh, Gail's still here.
I'm here, Daniel. I'm listening to everything everybody's saying.
Great.
I was thinking, Liz, when you were talking, I remember you years ago in the gym in Bannatynes where I met you, and you were a powerhouse of inspiration.
Thank you.
Awesome.
I met you when you just kind of came to the peak of your weight loss, like you were on top, you know, and I remember you telling me all about it. Yeah. I mean, I decided to kind of get Dan's help because I was a bit in a rut, you know, and I says this to Dan as well, like, I mean, I was a nurse, I'm a yoga teacher, I do loads of different things, and I know all the things that I should know, more or less. I've learned some new things for Dan, and some things that I knew myself, but I just wasn't doing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But how it's helped me is just having that accountability, and like I says to Dan when I started, I just need to change my psychology about how I think about myself and my life and what I'm doing and how I'm going to go forward. But I think I've been with you, Dan, for, this is the end of the 4th week, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think that I've lost something like nearly 6 kilos, 5.5, nearly 6 kilos.
Almost a stone.
Yeah, and I feel really good because like I said to Dan before, I'm still obviously wearing the same clothes, because in terms of the clothes that I wear, you know, I'm not a fashion horse or anything like that. So, but when I really noticed it the other day, just a couple of days ago, I was putting on my old faithful jeans that I would have normally had to have sucked my belly into button, and then I would have been fine in them all day. They would have stretched into me, if you know what I mean. I'm sure everybody has that pair of jeans. And they were a bit baggy. Not too baggy. They were fitting me the way they should have. If you know what I mean. Like, I wasn't having to breathe in, and I wasn't having to think, oh God, I'll look for something else, or I shouldn't sit down in the car too much, or that kind of thing. Like I have been guilty of being doing probably for the last year or two, actually. So yeah, I'm feeling quite good. Yeah.
Gail, quick question for you then. Like, what's been different about what you've been doing over here to maybe what you've done before?
I never did anything before, Dan.
Okay.
But
Okay.
what's different about my lifestyle is that I've always been the way, just under the weight that I've been. I've always went between like a few pounds here, a few pounds there. But the difference for me before was, I guess I was a bit younger. That's the difference. And I was always very, very active. But for reasons that you know, Dan, my activity was hit on its head quite a bit. And then, so I was still eating the same, I recognise now. In fact, I was probably actually eating more or worse things, because I'm a creature of excess. So if I open my bottle of wine, it'll be gone. If I open my packet of biscuits, I kid myself on, I'm having 2, but every time I'm in the kitchen, my hand's in the cupboard. If I've got a chocolate, like, God forgive me, I had 3 squares of milk of chocolate a day, but I put it in with one of my eating points. I just thought, whatever, you know, but things like that. But I realised, I recognised I need to change my psychology and the way I was thinking to stop me from doing that. And this has worked, I would say, so far. But to be honest, once the way that I'm feeling just now, I don't think that I'll go back. Even after the 12 weeks is finished, I can't see me going back, to be honest with you, because I was heading in the totally wrong direction. And I had made my mind up, I am not buying the bigger size of clothes. So I was
Wow.
squeezing into the clothes that was the size that I thought I was, that I probably used to be. And I says to Dan, like, I'm not into this like bikini pictures and that, because it's just no my cup of tea for me. But it's good to see everybody else's. But the one thing that I was thinking today that I would like to compare myself at the end of the 12 weeks, I wore a dress. I was like the maid of honor at a friend's wedding, and I wore a dress to that. It was and I felt that in that dress I could see every single lump, which I could. I was quite chubby when I thought about it, and I remember hunting for that dress and thinking, where am I going to find a bloody dress for this stupid wedding that's on a beach and, you know, being all hot and everything. And I'm going to put that dress on and take a picture again at the end of the 12 weeks to see what the difference is and how that dress looks on me.
Yeah, it's not just all about the scale, is it? At the end of the day, you know, it's about, for me, the best scale is the mirror, really, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You know, and yes, like, I still think you should weigh in regularly, because that shows that what you're doing is working, and I think it's important that you track your body weight. But the main judge is really, like, that's when people, I don't think people should have an ideal probably target weight. They should, my target in my head is when I can look in the mirror and go, you know what, you're looking good.
Yeah. Well, see that machine, the body scanner thing that I use at the gym, that's actually super, because although I am looking at the weight, obviously the whole point of being a bit thinner or a bit fitter or a bit healthier or whatever, of course you want to be within a normal BMI. And when I say normal, I mean the recommended. But I've been watching, and we discussed this the other day, Dan, I think. I was quite excited when my lean body mass line was going up on the graph and my body fat was coming down. And actually that meant more than to me, because my body fat was something ridiculous, like 43% or something. And that's a lot. I was just like, that I'm nearly half fat. Half of me is just fat. You know, and
say it how it is.
Yeah, and I thought, well, you know, that's what you do it for, isn't it? Coming to somebody like you, because, like, I think it was my grandson the other day had says to me, could you know I did that on your own, Granny? And I says, well, obviously no, because if I could have, I wouldn't be doing it.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
So there's a difference between knowing what you can do. You can read all the magazines and you can have all the knowledge in the world, but if your mindset isn't there, I think just having somebody to, like, some of the things that you've just mentioned, like you've said to me in one of my meal days, like, did you need to have these 2 pieces of toast? Or you made a joke to me and said, that's actually not a sandwich, that's 2 sandwiches. And I thought, actually it is, but never mind, you know.
I'm just going to pause you for a second here, Gail. Joanne's come in and asked a question, the type of scales that you use. Gail uses them at the gym she goes to, but I've got them at the gym I go to as well. They're called in-body scales, Joanne, and really you want to get on them, like, they're brilliant. Like that. To be honest, I've used them for decades now, these in-body scales, so it's not something that's new to me. And I've always used them for my clients over the decades, because I think it's a far much more accurate way to measuring somebody's body fat. I prefer to look at body, because, like, what now we can look at Gail's. I don't care, like, about her weight as much, but what I would look at is her fat weight, and I want Gail's fat weight to come down. So you should look into
in body
scales. Yeah, like most gyms will have them, like, you know, available, and some might charge you or whatever. Like, you know, we can talk offline, Joanne. I can, or if anybody else wants help, we can figure it out. But most gyms have them. Like,
thank you,
Joanne. I think they have them in some of the bigger Boots chemists.
Oh, did I?
I think some, if you get a Mega Boots kind of thing, they sometimes have one in there, and they charge you £1 or something for it.
Perfect. I'll go and have a little look.
I've used the one in Boots before, actually. But I've used body fat scales for over 20 years. I've actually used body. I mean, you can buy them. Like, I've got a set of them, but they're not that accurate. The home ones, like the ones that Gail uses, they're pretty cool pieces of kit, but they're like 20 grand or something like that. So, Joanne, I'm not going to recommend you go and buy one.
I've not got 20 grand, Dan. Sorry.
you can buy, like, I think mine's cost me like £80, but you can buy them for like £20, and it gives you a rough idea. But the ones that Gail uses is like much more sophisticated.
Precise,
And it even tells you
yeah.
where our fat is and all that kind of stuff. But it was interesting, Gail, what you also said about the education side of stuff, like that you knew already some of the stuff already. And what I would say to people is it's a re-education as well. Sometimes like my focus is kind of gone on my camera and I don't know what's happening there. Re-educating yourself, I think, Gail's a good word to use. And like, honestly, see some of the presentations I deliver, like that set point theory training, Gail, right? I delivered that in the year 2004. Like, it's the same presentation, honestly. It's like, I'm like a broken record and I keep repeating it and keep watching it again. Even when I'm watching it again, it's good for me because I remind myself, like we talked about psychology and portion control.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, am I really hungry? Do I need to eat this? Like, you know, I seen myself doing it today. I had a slice of toast with beans, one slice whole grain, granary bread. So I'm having that. And I made one for Jennifer. And Jennifer never finishes her dinners, so she left it on the plate. And as I was going to scrape it away, I pinched a little bit and I said to myself, Daniel, put it in the bin, you didn't need it.
But see, that's the kind of thing that I'm talking about, Dan, because we grew up probably in similar kind of social scales. And you were always taught when you were little not to leave anything. But do you know, and then, I mean, even me, I grew up in a big family and the motto basically was, if you're no fast, you're last. So you grabbed everything that you possibly could. And I think that no matter how you climb in life or you change in life, your financial or whatever circumstances change, that is in there. And that's what I mean by changing my psychology, because I needed to learn when to say no. I needed to learn when I just didn't want it, something. Like, I have seen me in the past actually going out to a restaurant and eating my food to the point where when I came out, I actually felt sick. And I'm not alone. I know loads of people that do that. And it's just like, why do you do that? I don't know why I did that.
Gail, it's retraining. That's how I call it. It's like see that truth diary. Like, I've been doing it for decades now. The truth diary. I didn't really have to do it in my first 10 years in the industry because it just naturally, like, you know. But as I got older, it didn't seem to like I needed to focus on it. Like, I needed to concentrate on. And when I don't do my diary, I gain weight. Like, you know, so you got to keep the diary.
I think I'm going to continue with my diary.
You have to. You have to 100%.
Wave bye-bye in August, because
anybody that's done the programme before not filling out the diary, they'll be backsliding. I can guarantee you. You need to keep the diaries consistent, and it's about getting the reps in. And the more you practice, the luckier you become. Keep dialing it in, and as soon as you stop thinking about it, you slip back to your. And it is about rechanging your behaviours, Gail. Like you said, it's about changing your mindset and a new way of thinking. Like, the old way doesn't work. Like, and I know you probably never had the diet before, but there's people in here that, like Joanne, yo-yo dieted, Jenny's done a bit, Liz has done a bit, but not everybody's done that. Like, it's interesting because I was chatting to a client just before coming on this live. She was in here, she's just jumped off, she had to run off. That, you know, this is about getting consistent, and it's not a diet, it's a way of living. So, like, people that are watching it, that maybe watching this that don't know anything, they've just tuned in, then drop into my DM and we can talk. We can have a 15-minute chat and we can get you set up with the 3-day response. Because Gail, that's how you came in. You came in through the sugar challenge. You actually had a week of trying it out, really, before.
I did, yeah, and that's what prompted me, actually, because I lost a couple of pounds in that sugar challenge just by thinking about the basically the complex carbs that I was eating and things like that were a staple part of my everyday diet. And especially having lived in Turkey all these years as well, living in Turkey and getting away from bread and pastries is actually unbelievably difficult. You need to be really strong because it's just such a part of the food over there.
I think you're right what you said there, though, like the truth about carbohydrates. There's presentations actually inside this coaching hub if anybody wants them. I've done a presentation inside the transformation page on the truth about carbohydrates, and I don't think people do know, Gail, how to eat properly. I really honestly don't, because people are eating white bread and thinking it's good. Furthermore, eating foods that they've been led to believe that are healthy. Special K is an example, right? Special K, people are led to believe that that's a healthy product, and it's actually refined carbohydrates. It's simple carbs. It's refined carbohydrates. It's rice. It will raise your blood sugar level more so than sugar. So like, if you're eating Special K, then you'd be as well just eating a bowl of sugar instead. You know, that's my. I would say, obviously, we know that sugar's not good for us, so why would you sit and eat a bowl of sugar? But yet you're eating a bowl of Special K. And the diet industry's taught us that, hey, Gail, that's X amount of calories. You can have that, mate. You know, that we're led to believe that certain foods are healthy, and that's because we're being brainwashed.
Yeah.
Everything we've done in our lives has probably been brainwashed. We were told to drink milk as children, like, you know, every day. Now we're told, oh my God, wait a minute here, we maybe shouldn't be drinking milk. We maybe shouldn't be doing full. It's like meat. Like, why do they tell you red meat? Like, you should only eat 2 or 3 times a day. Is there something wrong with it? Who told us? The government.
Yeah.
We're all brainwashed, and we need to be unbrainwashed. You might think I'm brainwashing you, but you know, I'm doing a bit of that as well. Like Paul McKenna, think yourself slim, 321, you're under.
Yeah, basically, but no, it has, yeah, I've made the right decision, certainly 4 weeks in, and all these kilos already away.
Amazing.
And I must say, somebody asked me the other day, because I was telling them about it, and they says, oh, you know, hungry? And I says, actually, no, I've never actually been hungry. I've never felt hungry. No, like, really, I haven't at all. Like, even today, I went to the gym today, I swam 1 kilometre. I swam a kilometre. I was like a maniac, but that was like,
Brilliant.
but I
Wow.
just did it, yeah, just get out of the house and all the rest of it. But even after that, I wasn't hungry because, you know, I just came home and I had my food. Like,
yeah, you'll never be hungry on this plan because you're getting to eat little as much as you want. It's great. You get to eat what you want and lose weight. How simple is that? And as Joanne said a minute ago, it's super simple. Has anybody else got any other questions? Margaret, I see you in here. Nyala, Kaylee, Michelle. I'm not sure if that's, like, there's a few Michelles. I know Michelle. So is this Michelle? Is it Michelle I know, or is it a new Michelle? Any other questions? Maybe if there's any other questions on the outside page, I'm hoping I'm not missing anything, so type up if you've got any questions, because I've realised we've been going for about an hour now, and I don't want to like go too far. Let me have a look. Joanne, let me have a look on the page. In fact, what I'll do is I'll just quickly share the screen actually and see if there's anybody on the outside. Okay. Any question, right? Angie, she wants a few days. And Angie, yeah, you're in. Anybody else? Let me have a look. Any questions, anybody? Any questions for anybody else in here? Anybody going once? I'm just going to check my page just quickly, guys. But listen, I appreciate everybody attending tonight as well. You know, take action, that's the key. You know, don't delay, get the momentum going and go for it. And if you need to ask, and if that's an hour I've been going for, there's got a few people watching. I don't think there's any more comments. Can anybody see the comments in the page? Can anybody check the coaching hub? Sometimes I can't see all the comments. There's like 9 comments, but I can't see them all. Anybody?
It was Michelle in sunny Spain, just to let you know.
It was, is it? Brilliant, fantastic. Michelle's completed the programme as well and done absolutely amazing. Any other questions, Kaylee? Nyala? Come on, let's pipe up, Nyala. No, she's shy. That's fine, that's okay. We'll get her out that shell, don't worry, next time. Like I said earlier on, everything we do is individually tailored. You know, somebody mentioned to me earlier on they don't like doing things in groups, and the programme's not done in a group. The programme's done individually. I speak to Gail, Liz, Jerry once per week on their own, one-to-one. It's individually tailored. Jerry's doing a completely different plan to Gail. Liz is doing a different plan to Gail. Everybody's doing something unique to them because it's individually tailored and it's personalised to them to get them the best results. So hit me up if you need any help. There's plenty of free guides in this page. That's what I was going to quickly do, just maybe share the screen actually. So if you're inside the Transformational Coaching Hub in here, quick way to find some free guides as well. There's some more presentations under guides. So if you go to guides, and there's like a welcome post instructions, there's goal setting training in here, there's training on the 5-point nutrition system, there's quite a bit of training how to rediscover your body, there's the set point theory. This is a really good training, this one actually. This is probably one of my favourite trainings actually. Definitely watch the set point theory training. Let's not complicate fat loss, how to rediscover your body. Psychology eating, we talked about that earlier on. Watch that presentation in there, guide number 4. Optimum nutrition training, reading and understanding labels. So there's lots of good value inside the Transformational Coaching Hub. So make use of that page, guys. You know, it's there for you. Yeah, and if you're inside the Inside Coaching Hub on the program, then it's even more comprehensive. There's a lot more detail. And we're going to be doing a presentation on portion control in the Inside Coaching Hub, on psychology eating and portion control. So watch your space, guys. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks very much for attending. Really appreciated. See you all soon. Awesome. Thanks for coming along, guys. Cheers.